Welcome, all my beautiful budgeters. Today I am going to be doing a one fancy a chicken. We did the woodland bunny with some vines and all kinds of stuff, and got them all done up. And there's like 6 little flowers for this one, and so it turned out pretty good, pretty good. This one I'm going to work with on this one. I'm just going to do it with ink, black ink and stuff. That way, if people want to, they can actually color in the chicken itself. And if since I'm just doing straight up ink, I might be able to do the same thing with the shroom friends. And I'll probably just do them in ink as well, just straight up black and white ink. That way they can color the mushrooms as well if they want to use that as some extra what's the word I'm looking for? Money challenges. Like the big one might be a $10 one, and these guys could be $2 ones, or vice versa. And these guys can be like $4 or $5, and those gotta be $10. That way you can get an extra 20, and then all the shrooms. So we're gonna try to get this done so I can start working on my Ko-Fi account. And if I have time, I might actually go and do a little finish off the Zentangle one. I have a couple. I want to try to at least get 6 or 7 things up on my Ko-Fi. So I need to do some more things so I can get them all done up. Then I need to go in and get them cleaned up a bit because some of these are like really funky. They've been really drawn a little bit too hard. And so there's a free app or a free one out there. This is like the my words are not wording today. It's like the one where you can do picture cleaning up or whatever like that. I could do in Canva and do it, but I want to make the whites whiter and get rid of some of these darker grays as well. And then I have, what else do I have done in here? I have some stippling I need to finish off. This one takes forever, so I might just do that on my side by myself. And I've got this laid out for a 2026 I want to do. And so I need to decide how I want to do it. If I want to do it like 20 and then 26 and then have some, I want to have at least 100 spots on these ones. That way, if you want to, I had it done up so you can fold this thing in half and put it into a 100 envelope. That way you can do and I had a chat GPT, whatever it's like, for 100 spots, doing a random number. The highest one would be $50, and so it'll have like random dollar amounts that actually I will put in here that should add up to $2,026. That's something I'm gonna have to work on. I kind of have an idea of how I want to do this, but we'll have to see. I might just do like have them match the diamond shape, so it'll be like 2 and then 20 and then 5, and then have some floating blocks or something like a Zentangle or maybe like confetti looking stuff on the background that'll have different numbers in it. And then in the numbers, they'll actually have like little number amounts as well. And I'll just have to make sure I have up to 100 squares as well. So that's something I'm going to have to figure out. Once I get the placing, then I'll probably do a live filling that in. But that's what I got so far. I have a lot of ideas for other challenges. I want to get at least, I have some more Zentangle. Oh yeah, I do have 2 Zentangle. I have this one, the Zentangle ones as well. And I don't have that on. Let's make sure this is actually on live. Content. Live. Okay, yeah, it does say I'm live. Cool. Make sure, see if I have any. Close. Live. Come on, where's my live? Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I have all this done up. I have this on. Let's just go to my channel. Go to the Painful Life. Make sure my sound is going. Yep. Turn my sound down. All right, sorry. I am back. I just had to make sure my things are up and going. But oh yeah, I've got 3 different. I got 6 different Zentangle style designs. I need to finish this one off, which shouldn't be too hard. This one has like 83 spots in it. This one has like 26 spots in it, and this one has 46. So even if these are just dollars a piece, that's a decent savings. Or if you wanted to do a smaller amount savings, 50 cents ones, these will be as well. I didn't count these ones, so I'm not entirely sure. But I have the different types of, this one's kind of the rope or the little tangle one. These ones are the bubble one, and this one's just kind of a floating block. I don't know if I like that as much. This actually, I put on some watercolor ones. I might put this one on later, but I totally forgot that I was going to upload it like onto a Canva, or not Canva, upload it onto a Ko-Fi or something like that. And so I started putting these things in there with the colors, and I'm like going, that's not what I wanted to do. So it's like, I'm going to have to leave it like this, upload it. That way people can just go black on those ones. And then later on I will add in the watercolor, and then I'll give this away. And all I have to do is like bring a water brush, and it should fill in all these into color. But that's sometimes when you start doing things, they kind of get away from you. So I got my Hey Good Looking done up. I almost have this one done up, which I dropped and I bent it. Dang it. And so I'm still working on the Wild Roses on this one, which will be, is that one? These are all stipplings. And so I'm just doing these things. I want to do some more stippling. So if you have some like flowers that you would like to see, maybe some poppy or something like that, because you can see from my first attempt, my second attempt to my third attempt, how they've kind of progressed. So I'm not sure if I want to do any touch-ups on this fuglyish one and just kind of show the progress of it. And because it's a little more messy because I used the wrong size daughter for this size challenge. I think I had some just plain old Sharpie, and it was just too big. And then I went kind of to the 05 and then went down to the small and extra small ones. That way you can get some better detail without having too much almost looking like line work. Because I don't want it to look like line work. I actually want it to look like dots, Then have a little bee in here, and there's a little, it's hard to see. It was supposed to be a ladybug, but it now just looks like something. I don't know. So those are the other ones I need to work on. And today, let's just get, and then I need some more ideas because I've got a couple more white sheets in here I need to do. So if you have any ideas of either some flowers or some bugs or anything like that, that you would like to see put on in my Ko-Fi account this month. I just finished up my 31-day challenge. Right now I'm kind of working on my, this is kind of a finished, like after the 30 days, I'm going to do kind of a collage of all the different styles that I've done. I did a butterfly. I didn't do a cat, but I did do some other animals, and I had a picture of my cat, so I wanted to have the cat looking up at the butterfly with some sunflowers, and then having the flowers and everything else, maybe the background in watercolor. I have some mandala dots and that type of stuff. That is a self-portrait of me. We're going to pretend that looks like me. I have a tendency when I do faces, I'll do the top part okay, but the bottom part I have a tendency to make them longer, and she just looks really, I look really depressed in this one. But it is getting a lot better than some of the other ones. And from the very beginning, this was just some random one I was doing, but from the beginning I did just some watercolor and doing pictures in my garden. And then these were like 4th of July, so I did some flags, and this was a flower arrangement out of my garden, which was all like veggies, and so this is like a zucchini squash flower. I have some onion thingies. I have some raspberries and stuff. So these are like flowers from my garden and greens and stuff from my garden. And then I have some sunflower ones. So you can kind of see I have the 4th of July, the veggies, and then sunflowers. This is actually where I kind of got the idea for the stippling for the sunflowers, was from the scratchy style. I kind of liked it. I actually just kind of like that period as well. That'd be kind of make a nice picture. And then I had some, the squirrel. I might do a picture with the squirrel. He's on ink, and then having some like ink jars or splotches or stuff that people can do, or just normal squirrel with some acorns or something like that. Then I have the hey good looking. That's where I got the idea for the giraffe one. This is actually a Pinterest one that I got, so that means this picture will probably be free because I don't want to make any money off of anybody else's designs. A fox. This is just a fox that I got on a free site for just some pictures and stuff. And then some bugs. I got me a nice ladybug. This is done in pencil, and the flowers are done in pastels. And then I have a rhino one as well. These are all like my 31-day challenges on the Painful Life. So I actually have the videos over there if you want to see it. I had the rhino beetle and the bumblebee. I really like the bumblebee. I might do something with a bumblebee, maybe doing a bumblebee on a flower, and then kind of like I did with the bunny one with just some flowers on the side. So I might do something like that. This challenge really gave me a lot of ideas for different ones. And then I had a little jumping spider. He actually kind of turned out pretty cute. Butterfly. I think that was an AI one. That was just a picture of a one. And then a snail. They're just so easy to do and just kind of cute. I kind of like the snail. You know, maybe like slow savings or something like that. Maybe do a challenge with a snail, and, you know, and just doing some slow snail savings or something like that, with some different types of just some quick and easy hand-drawn or ink-drawn snails that you can kind of do yourself. And then this is when I kind of started doing pictures of stuff that is in the house. And I had the my coffee cup with Tinkerbell on it, and Tinkerbell's face looks like she's melting. I had my tequila water bottle, which I use for my cleaning my brushes. The grandfather clock. One of my people wanted me to do a grandfather clock. I don't actually have a grandfather clock in the house, but I do have. My grandma used to have one in this house, and I just remember coming and visiting her and hearing that dee 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 dee, and this was this type of style of grandfather clock that she had. And then I did one. I had a pumpkin that I had in the house. This is a picture of like my rabbit, or my piggy bank rabbit. And I did this with acrylics. And then piggy bank Oogie Boogie. Kind of looks like Oogie Boogie or the Oscar the Grouch. I'm not quite sure which one. I just used some inks or whatever type of ink drawings I had there. Then I went over to a friend's house and I did a snow sled and stuff. And then I had she had a water fountain. And I wanted to do some pictures with people because I need to learn the proportion size. And I'm getting better at the proportion size, but like the arms and the face, I really have a little problem with. This is a mirror I have at home that had the little lady holding up. This looks like a dude. All my girls always ends up looking like dudes. And I'm just kind of killing time. And then this one was actually my favorite one. This was actually 2 challenges in one because I decided I got tired of just doing the 30-minute. So I decided I'd just do one. And this one I wanted to like turn into like a Christmas card. This is actually my dog Monk. And this is a guy at Starbucks. You'll have to go and watch the day 25. I have the story of him meeting Santa Claus, and this was just some random guy. It was like September at Starbucks in Vegas, and my dog just went ballistic when he saw him, and he didn't even have the hat on at the time. He had one in his truck. I shit you not. Then I go, can I get a picture of you? My dog just did make an awesome picture. So he went in. He goes, hold on. He went and grabbed a freaking Santa Claus hat. It was just freaking perfect, and I got my dog mid lick on the picture. It's just one of those perfect timing pictures. And then this is my first time doing mandala dots, and I really enjoyed that, and I want to learn more how to do that. I have a coffee cup I want to put some mandala dots as a Starbucks free one that I got, and I really enjoy it. I might end up making some coasters and stuff with some mandala dots and just do some resin on top. I have not done resin before, so that'd be a good experiment. And since I enjoy doing the mandala, I did some more practice ones. I did this yellow one, and I needed to watch more videos because this just kind of looks around. It's pleasing. And then this one as well. And then I decided to do one with kind of the almost looking like a flower, and then doing some swirls. And this kind of gave me the idea for some money challenges. I'm going to watch and try to do some more mandala dots so I can get them down a little bit more, and then I might do like 6 series of mandala dots with some sort of money challenges mixed in. Maybe I'll just do some light circles and stuff, and then you can add the dots on top type of thing, or even just kind of draw them out, or make outlines of something like that, so they're very light, and you can actually like have these ones just kind of normal circles. I might have to get some circle stencils or something like that, and then just doing the mandala little dots and swirls around it, but having each of these dots as the money challenges. That way people can come in and fill in the dots with the other colors, and then just have the other designs around it as well. So that's kind of an idea. But I'll have to brainstorm on that so I can get something like that. So if you're interested in this really colorful mandala type of dot type things that I can turn into a challenge, like this one has it's almost a Zentangle / mandala. So I just have some little swirls with some circles that kind of comes off of the flowers. And then I have some little dots around it so you can see which ones are the ones that you can fill in. You can add some other designs or some just color. Fill it in. And then, yeah, the one I'm working on right now, which is the little kitty cat with the butterfly and some sunflowers around it. And I might do the sunflowers blue to match the rest of this, because I know sunflowers aren't blue, but for some reason I did a lot of flowers blue. So I might just do the flowers blue in this one as well. Maybe actually make them pastel like I did the other ones. And then I might try doing this one in acrylic, because I haven't really done animals in acrylic, so I might give that a try. Who knows? Whoops. Let's get going on my thing and get this on. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go get me a drink really quick because I've been talking too much. Alrighty, let's get started. Where is my pans? I have a plain Sharpie. I don't know if that's too thick. I have an extra small. Where's I have a bag that has some of the other ones in it. Extra small. That's what I had before. 05. Sharpie. That's a 10. That's too big. What happened to my other Sharpie? Maybe we'll just do small. I can always add the Sharpie if I need something slightly thicker. Let's see if we can get this up a little bit more. Make sure that's lined up. There we go. So we'll do the extra small. Do I have a piece of paper here I can use for... There we go. We're just gonna do this chicken. I'm gonna make him a little bit lighter. Get my kneadable eraser. Sure, type in chat so people know I'm on. Hi, all. let people know I am actually live. Sometimes when you do that with a kneadable eraser, it's like it gets too light and then you don't know where all these lines coming from. Alright. Whoops. I just threw my lid. Let's see, is that... Yeah, it's a little better. Alright, hey. Let's start at the top this time so I'm not kind of going over. And I need to remember to go light because this is an extra small ink pen and it will ruin the nib. I might actually go, let me double check. Let's see if this is good enough to do some of the outline of the outline. And then do the more detail. Because this is going to be kind of more cartoon. That way people can color it in. And make sure I got the glasses. Kind of. And yes, I did hand draw this. So if anybody's interested in how to draw some of these things, let me know. And I'll do a little sketching, how to sketch some of these things. I'm going to make it a little bit look like he's cheeky. I'll make sure I have the other side the same as this one. And to give him a little bit of a cheek. Might not have that go all the way. Might leave that open. I can always close it if I need to. And trying to remember, what did I do for his... Okay, it was just kind of like an ice cream cone. Now I might have his have a little bit of a waddle coming across here. I want to kind of give ideas that way if people want to use the feathers as a challenge, they can instead of just the egg. You can do some designs in the eggs if you want as well. But I want to make sure that either they can have the chicken as one whole money challenge, they can draw in, or they can just leave it as is, or whatever they want to do. And I got to make sure I leave it far enough away from the edge that if they cut it, they're not going to cut half of the... That's the one thing I kept forgetting. I need to make sure I leave a little bit of an edge, because this is like 3x6s, and sometimes, depending on the size of your thing, I try to make them so they actually will fit in there. But sometimes things happen. Okay, and I'm going to use these for more delicate. I can always add some thickness in if I need to. I need to remember to shut these or else I will end up drying them out. I'm hoping to have these things up into a Ko-Fi once I get at least 6 or 7 of them, then I'll start opening it up and I'll do a little announcement. Until then, you can watch me make them. Every flaw, every dot that was not intended. Make sure I have that little swirl up there as well so they match. And give this a little bit thicker on the side here. I don't have any eyes on him. I want to try to have them all kind of connect, but like I said, there's so much going on here, I might screw up. Or I might try to make each feather its own little thing. That way you can kind of use it yourself as a challenge. I don't want to put too much in them, but I still want to put a little bit of shadow in them. But then with this one, I went way too much detail. And this one's kind of in the back side. And then I did this thing so long ago, I'm trying to remember what I did or what I planned. Might have to just do some fancy feathers as well, maybe as a challenge or something like that. They're kind of cool. Have this quill going all the way down so you can kind of see it as a quill. Might fill in a little bit some of these darker areas. That one has just a little bit of a something there. Make sure we add that. And then now, I'm not sure. I might want to go more of an angle with these last little feathers. We'll do something like that. Maybe just put some little things on there. Then I need some better lights in this room. I'm like trying to, I have one good light over here and that's about it. Yeah, but it does a lot of shadows. This one's kind of a more of a, I want to make sure I have the outline. I might just kind of do some dots so I kind of know how far I want this thing to go. I might just leave a little bit of a gap. Fill in some space. This one has a little bit of a gap as well, so I'll probably just do something simple so it doesn't overlaps the fancy one right there. I probably should have had that coming down this way a little bit. I'll put a little space in there. When you mess up, just fill it in. That's what I usually do. Just fill her in. So I might do a little bit more of a shadow in between these two. That way it's not just a whole bunch of lines. It is a whole bunch of lines. Somebody's enjoying their music. Someone's just out there screaming whatever the heck they're doing. The ABBA? I don't know. Make sure you do a like and subscribe. Or at the very least a like. Okay, this one I have kind of a curl. There looks like there's something else going on in the back here. So it looks like there's two feathers. And I'm not sure what I have going on here. I might just have a smaller size going on this side. And then, like I said, I did this so long ago, I don't really remember. I don't remember what I did. So I'm kind of Just winging it. No pun intended. Actually, yes, there is pun intended. Never mind. All pun intended. Might just add a little extra curly cues coming out of here. When all else fails, add curly cues. All right. Let's see if I can figure out this mess of a wing. I know my other fancy chicken was okay, this looks like one. I don't know what I'm doing there. Do the kind of dot thing and see if I can make sense of what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm gonna, this wing should be going in that direction. Or the feathers should be going in that direction. So that's probably why it doesn't make sense. And I'm doing this at a weird angle. And there goes the rabbit. This one's a little more messy style. I need to make sure I don't have it messy, have it all the same type of style. I have a tendency when I don't know what I'm doing to go a little bit more messy than I plan. Have this side kind of match his mohawk a little bit. Let's see if we can get another feather to kind of do the same direction. I'm going to do a kind of mirror that as best I can. Might do a little bit of, oops, that one I totally messed up on. Like one of the things is I'm doing this upside down or sideways. I should be doing it that way, but I'm filming it. So it's like, I want to make sure I'm, you know, making it look good as I film it. Maybe I'll just kind of, since these are all kind of weird feathers, I need to practice more with feathers, period. It looks like he just has some random feathers or random leaves or something here and there. Like I said, alt fills, draw some swirls. Make it look like you meant to do that, right? Now they just have some random swirls. Kind of make it look like some runaway feather over here. That's kind of just falling out. Not awful, but I need to work on feathers. Maybe I'll have to do look up some different feathers and just do like a whole pack of feathers until I get used to it, doing it at different angles and stuff. I'm going to make these a little thicker. Let's put the lid on that so I don't... Whoop. Make my eggs. I'll have to put a couple thick ones in here as well, just so I have some. Like you do one thing and then you distracted and you start doing something else. That's why you have a hard time getting any of this stuff done, I swear. I'm gonna make this one a little more pointy if I can. Make that one a little wider. That's a weird egg. That's a weird egg. Just do some swirls. Just so you can kind of tell where the edges are. I'm just going to do some kind of dotted line on the top so I don't get the design in the little swirls in the design. And that way, if they need to cut them off, they can cut off some of the lines. That's fine. There is that one. Got one chicken done, and we're gonna do the mushrooms. Where is my... These ones I'll probably do a heavier line. These are just kind of cartoon style. I like mushrooms. Mushrooms are awesome. Get a little goofy smile going on here. I do have some more. I want to make his. I know some mushrooms has got some like little woody stuff near the base. I probably could have done more of a fine line on this as well, but I'll do a little bit of a mix. Probably do some shadowing or something on it. Give it a little extra definition. If I'm drawing these wrong, let me know. Let me know if I'm drawing it wrong. You have him looking over to the side like, woo, more friends. Get that a little bit darker right here. Make sure I get some trying to remember which direction these things are going. I'll just gonna wing it. Aim a little darker around here. That's one thing I like about these little fabric, the extra small. They're really cool. I'm gonna just go very lightly on this one. Get a little bit darker on the side if I can. I should probably having all the stuff going the same direction, but it's kind of hard to do from this angle. I might have to just kind of fill it in very lightly, just so I kind of know which direction, and then I'll come back later and put the extra stuff in it. And then I usually just kind of come back with a little extra heavier on the one side. You can always do like dots on the other side to kind of give it an idea of some highlights and stuff. If you don't want to go too overboard, just a little bit this, a little bit that. And let's get some of these other mushrooms in there. That way you can have the money challenges. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of the mushrooms themselves. Plus these extra ones if you want to have like this is a $5 color in. That way you'll have a full $20. Actually, I'm going to have that one on the inner side. I can always add. I just use a little bit of a dotting to thicken it. I wasn't sure if I should add this H with the little mushroom head on it. It's like, gotta make sure I do that just right, or I could have some complaints. Make sure you have the little cap. Trying to make them look like those little dots, little dotted shrooms. Might want to bring that down just a little bit. I probably shouldn't have had that too close to the top. It's okay, you can kind of cut off a little bit at the bottom, but shroom friends. I need to make sure I bring my brush out here. Oh, I do have this. I can just kind of see, that's what I should have done my feathers off of. I forgot I have a feather out here. That's okay. Put my little logo on there. I need to get a little tiny stamp or something on that. I'll come back with that as the shadow. My hands are starting to cramp. Make sure I don't do any. I'm gonna do the ones that has the crossover first. Put a little smiley face on that one. I'm going to have all the bottoms kind of connecting. It's kind of like a tangle. This one is coming down. So many. Alright, that way I don't have all those overlapping. It's all kind of pointy. It. Those a little bit more. I might do some shading on here if I can. My shading I have a hard time with. I don't know why. I have a tendency to like go in all different directions. It still looks cool after it, but it's like you can get kind of confusing sometimes. I might just kind of make this random. just gonna make this look like it's all. I'm just gonna be not worried about being straight lines. If I wanted to be a straight line, I would get me a ruler. But it's not. I might have to do a thicker outline on the outside or on the inside. I don't know. Might just kind of do some grass coming up out of it a little bit here and there. And do all the little crossovers so I can get some shading in there. And have the sun coming in this direction. I might just kind of do dots on one side. Since these are kind of thin. I might have some look like it's bending. Just do some very light strokes now at the bottom, and mainly I'm just going to do mostly dots on the side here instead of the lines like I did on the other one, because these are a little smaller. One or two light ones. You can always do it a little darker right on the edges. Wherever these bends are, that might get some shadow from the other stuff. So when you get this stuff, you'll be like, oh yeah, this is all hand done. This is not AI. Plus, you have this video to prove it's not. It's a little bit dark up here because I have the mushroom on top. It's like, I'm going to do just something simple. Just going to do something simple. Hours later. Boy. See if I can get those mushrooms in there a little better. There we go. A little better. That could have been done a while ago if I just kept it simple, but then it wouldn't match that. So I got to match it. Plus, I don't know when to stop. You know? Oh, you can tell when they have an odd one out there. I'm just gonna get some on the curves. That's where I'll add a little bit of the more of the or anywhere that they have some of this crossing over. I'll just kind of spread out a little bit. These are crossing over, so I kind of add a little bit of reflected shadow, I guess you might call it. There's a word for it, I don't know. That is a dopey looking mushroom. I don't want it too dark over here since I have a lot of dark on that side. So I'll kind of focus more on the little flurly thingies over here. Give them that three-dimensional, and then I'll just have one or two. Might put a little bit of shadow over here where this one's kind of hugging it. This one is going up to here, so I gotta make sure it's. Oh, my hand. My hand. Wee. There we go. Just a lot of dots right now. I will put in the bio when I have everything up on my Ko-Fi, so you can go and get one of these ones so you can start your savings journey with your little shroom friends. extra shadow from the mushroom on top. A little bit of lines. I don't do a lot of line work except for near where they cross over. These are so small. And then once I get enough of them done, I will do a giveaway so you can get the originals as well. That might be closer to the end of the month though, because I want to get at least, you know, some 10 different sets and stuff of different styles. That way people can choose what they like. This one's going to be really dark since there's not a whole lot of... that one's so fugly. There's so much going on here. So many blahs. I'll just have to put a... I'll darken this one up quite a bit then. Since there's like mushrooms all around it, so I'm gonna pretend that ugliness is... I might just add a little... extra crinkles. Use an extra crinkly mushroom, I guess. An extra crinkly mushroom. Yes, you don't have to do your shading with dots. You can do it with pencil or colored pencil or anything. I'm just trying to make these things worthwhile. And practice, because, yeah, I want to do more stippling, and so, you know, I'll use it whenever I can. I really enjoy doing stippling. I don't know why. I just need to learn how to not to do a death grip. Feel free to say hi if you have the ability to say hi on your, if you have a cell phone or anything. I might want to add a little bit of dot work in here as well. Oh, you can't see that. The shrooms. Oh, yeah, I'm almost done with these. What do you know? I've got a lot of them done. Or any types of... like it's a little bit of an indent there. And then any of these things that kind of round off is a good place to add some extra shadow. Get a little bit of on one side, not a whole lot, because you want mostly light on that side, but you still want a little bit, especially if they're mostly in shade. Then you can add a little heavier. You kind of see the difference between the shaded parts and the not so shaded parts. They give it some really cool definition. So even when you do add color to it, you still have some shading. And you can do all different types of colors if you want. And make this kind of look more rounder, so sometimes kind of an indent. You can kind of go away from the edge a little bit and just do a little bit more darkening in one area, and it'll give it kind of an indent look. This one you can do the same, kind of go away from the edge so there's a little bit of a white space, and then just kind of make it darker in one area, and it kind of makes it look like there's a little bit of an indent. Last couple little mushrooms. Let it kind of cross over. Just do some very light. It's like you're putting your pen down and then just pulling up. So you get some very, very. You can do that with any type of ink. I'm gonna make this a little darker right here. Kind of feather it out a bit. And you can always come back and give it a little more shadow in certain areas. Anywhere there's a turn, I usually put a little extra shadow or dots. Or anywhere there might be an overshadowing of something else, I might try to do the shape of it if I can. I have to tell myself not to go overboard with the dots too. It's very simple to do. It's too much. I'm going to have a little bit more of a shadow over here because it looks like that one up there. And just kind of go light here and there. Anywhere that might have some connecting, you can also add some little, at the bottom of these little mushrooms, kind of gives it a crinkle look on the very edge. Get one or two, just have some light lines coming up. Shadow underneath my little name thingy, and you can always come up here and do some, you can always kind of give it some little flyaways on the edge of the frame, so it actually looks like the frame itself has shadows. And you can kind of go in there in certain areas, give it a little extra something. Almost looking like hairs. Don't have to do it everywhere. But might end up having to twist it around to do it. And just make sure you get your dots in lightly on one side, heavier on the other. I'm going to do a little bit more over here. And kind of stay with the same size pen if you're going to do dots or anything, and just kind of adjust the heaviness, because you can do it with a bigger Sharpie like this and just kind of do very, very light, just barely touching it. And you'll get just different sizes. So you can kind of do the shadow around it. And I'm out of screen, so you can't see it. But yeah, you can just very lightly kind of put some heavier dots in certain areas. But depending on the size, you don't start with it. And since this actually has some of the outline that's a heavier pen, I can use it, but I have to be kind of sparingly, mainly on the more darker shadowy areas. I might just add some extra dots, or very, very light one or two like little lines to kind of make it look like an extra crinkle. So I could do that with the heavier ones, but just kind of do it here and there. It's like whenever you have like overlaps, you can always do the heavier stuff around it. Just make sure you don't do too many, or it can just starts looking like a blob. It's easier to go light. And then I'm gonna have this one light. Especially if you can highlight it. I'm going to make that crease kind of look like a crease in the mushroom by adding a little bit of shadowing or some long, quick, light strokes as well. Since this is the bottom part, I want to have a little bit more shadowing. I'm going to go a little bit more dots like I did before. This would be an area that you could always add some of the bigger dots right underneath that thing, so it looks like you're getting some shadows from that. And just be very light. And then around the stem, I might do some more. Trying to give it a 3D look. Just play around. Just play around. this kind of looks like it's gonna. You can even have your frames fancy. There we go. I got 2 of them done, so now I got 1 full sheet done. Let's see what we got. We have, my phone's getting hot. We have 3 full sheets. We have the bunny with the little forest bunny, forest protector or whatever, with 6 little flowers. Each one can be whatever money denomination that you like, little forest flowers. We have the little fancy chicken here, and with 6 little eggs. So it can be $1, $2, $3, $5, however much you're saving. And then we got some shroom friends, little goofy looking dudes with their little money stuff. And there's 15 mushrooms in here. So there's a minimum of $15. You can always do that as a single one as well. So that is today's money challenges. I got some more ideas coming up, and hopefully we can have a full set by the end of the month. Like I said, I have like 3 of each kind, or 6 of each kind. I got 6 Zentangle. That one's almost done. I have 3 stippling flowers. I want to get 3 more stippling flowers. So if you have any ideas for different types of flowers that I could try doing in stippling, let me know. And then I got the big, hey, good looking. I might do the squirrel with the ink, possibly in this size. That way you can have something that size that's, you know, kind of cartoonish. And then I'm going to work on the 2026, which will be we'll have 100, planning to have 100 spots on it. That will add up to $2,026. And this one will be able to fold in half and put into your $100, if you have any extra $100 envelope challenges, you'll be able to do that one by using and save up to 2026 as well. That way you can have it by itself and as its own, because a lot of people end up buying these and then they have multiple ones and stuff, so you can actually have a 100 envelope challenge that will add up to 2026. So I need to work on that as well. Hopefully have that done. So I need some more ideas for some stippling flowers, and I have some other stuff that I've got ideas for, but I would like some more, be it animal or insect ideas. I would love that. Might do a bumblebee or something like that with some honeycombs or something. I might do something like that, and then some other types of maybe even do some butterflies. I got some of the butterflies on there. Who knows? So if you have any ideas for any types of money challenges you would like to see, put them in the comments and I will try to get one drawn up. Like I said, I had lots of ideas from my 31-day challenge, and I'm hoping to get all these things done up with challenges, so I have multiple ones, but I want to have at least 6, and then I'll probably start working on some holiday ones. Since we already did the Christmas in July, I kind of missed that, and those savings are pretty much. I might actually do some for next year, at least get started, because I want to redo my 12 days of Christmas, but hand-drawn. So I might start doing that on the side sometime this year, but maybe I'll get some Thanksgiving and Halloween done up, because I know that's just around the corner. Maybe just some simple ones for like candy savings and stuff. Maybe some candy bars and stuff like that to do it. I don't know. I haven't decided. But if you have any ideas for Halloween, some pumpkins or some ghosts or ghouls or anything like that, give me some comments in the comments center. And hopefully we can go and get some more challenges done up, and I'm hoping to have them done up and all set up for my Ko-Fi account in a couple weeks, and I'll do a big announcement as well. This is kind of a soft reopening, so and I want to do another placemat. This is actually one that I did up for my painful life. I just added the budgeter instead. Let's see if you can see the whole thing. This is the one I got done. It has the painful life. This is actually from my painful life one, but I kind of like the idea of having it a mat. I might do some holiday mats and just have them this size and then laminated. I could always do some stuff like this for holiday ones, so that way if you want to, you can have them printed up. There'll be a larger size though, but they're a pretty good size for they're a good size for like a placemat. So if you're doing any designs and you want a certain design type of thing for your channel, give me a holler and I'd be more than welcome to do a little commission on that, or even just if it's a simple one, just let me know and I'll do some water painting or something like that, and get my name out there and get you some new artwork. So I'll see you next time. I love you all, and you have a wonderful Saturday. I'm gonna go do me some cleaning. Toodles.